Howdy ho, folks! It's the Smoking Pipeliner. How's everybody doing out there? You're doing well. That's great to hear. I'm doing quite fine myself. And thank you if you were wondering. It's time for another review. What say you? So I'm smoking, as you already know, Erinmore Flake. It has been a long time since I've given this a go. This is one of those all-time popular blends. It's been around for a long time, and usually one of the first flakes that people try. Usually on people's list is they stumble upon Erinmore Flake as one of their first, or Peterson's University Flake. All of those flakes I kind of like categorize together, even though they're different in different ways, but they all got subtle differences, but are kind of constructed the same. Erinmore Flake is a Virginia burley flake, and it's got like this fruity topping of some kind, or fruity casing that's in there. I would not call this an aromatic like some people do. This is a Virginia burley flake with some flavoring, if you will. That's how I would categorize this, quite honestly. But to each his own. It's one of those aromatic crossover into straight tobaccos sort of things. It's kind of a category of its own, but I categorize this as a non-aromatic with aromatic qualities. That doesn't really when I actually say that, it really doesn't make much sense. But anyway, it's made by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group in Denmark. The blend consists of Virginia's mellow burley and sweet dark air-cured tobaccos. Is pressed into cake, aged, cut into slices, providing a mellow and cool smoke with a flowery, fruity taste. The flowery thing in the mirror, I'm not detecting that at all. The fruit, I don't know what kind of fruit they use in here. Some people claim that this is like like Wrigley's juicy fruit gum. I don't get that either. I get citrus notes, if you will. That's probably more from the Virginias than anything else. And slight nutty undertones from the burley. I get that too. And then there's just this concoction taste, if you will, of God only knows what. Probably many fruits. It's just like kind of like a muddled flavor of sweetness, if you will. And this is not like an over-the-top sweet taste. Now, I've had Erinmore mixture before, which is just an utter hot mess, quite honestly. I did not like that at all. It doesn't taste anything like the flake in my mind. It burnt hot. I don't know. I like the flake much better. I think it tastes better. And I recommend Erinmore Flake. It's not something that I go to all the time, but this is a flake that's very suitable. It's very tasty. I have no problem smoking it, that's for sure. Is it something that I seek out? Oh man, I gotta have my Erinmore Flake. No, it's not. It's kind of a run-of-the-mill flake to me. I like it. I keep a few tins. I got a few tins in the cellar. Kind of curious what this does on the aging department because I've never had aged Erinmore Flake. I'm sure the Virginias age well, but I don't know how well the burley in there would age, and the casing they put in there certainly over time will probably diminish. So I don't know if it would be one that's really worthwhile to age for super long-term purposes. But if you haven't had Erinmore Flake before, it's definitely worth picking up a tin and giving it a go, especially if you're one of those Virginia burley flake sort of fans. If you like Peterson's University Flake, Erinmore Flake. You should try it. It's similar. It's not a similar taste, but it's a similar flake component with a different kind of a casing. University Flake is kind of the same. I classify the same way. It's some people call that an aromatic, and I don't call that an aromatic at all. It's Virginia Burley Flake with once again some kind of weirdo casing in there that makes it taste even sweeter. So that's my take on it. Erinmore Flake doesn't bite that bad. If you dry it out, you're gonna have to dry this stuff out quite a bit too. So give it a go. Give it a try. You might like it. You might not. But you can't blame me if you don't like it, okay? I'm not taking any responsibility for if you don't like a tobacco. That's the disclaimer. You're going to have to deal with that. What else do you want to know?
Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye now.